Oh my, is it already 2000 days of daily logging in? What do I get? Gaijin's gratitude, the blueprint to a rare premium. Oh no. Oh well. Anyway, moving on swiftly. Hello there, and welcome back to War Thunder. So, a bit more successful than the result of 2000 days in a row log in is the result that I could get with this plane, the French premium jet bomber, the Vautour 2A, which is, by the way, the only premium jet bomber that you can get as of this moment, and also it is without alternative. There is no premium jet fighter for the French, and so this makes this plane a little bit unique. And I just want to talk you through the technique that I just showed you describe in just a moment. First of all, a few numbers for all of you. With the described technique, I managed to get 10 battles in like 1 hour, where I overall got 115,500 RP with a premium account and a premium plane, but with no booster. That is on average 10 to 11,000 RP, with the worst being less than 1,000 because I crashed because I was AFK, and even that is included in the calculation, and the best being 27,000, which is the battle that I shall just take as the primary example. Because there I actually went back to the airfield and did a second bombing run, but obviously then it took me longer. So on average the battle time was 6 minutes, and that includes the queue. Now it was more like 4 minutes, but I'll come to this in just a moment. So what is this secret playstyle? Well, you could see me here doing it. I take the 10 750-pound bombs, and then with the air start that I get with this premium jet fighter bomber, I just take a dive till I reach 1,000 kilometers an hour. Then I kind of straighten out and get the remaining acceleration to 1,100 kilometers per hour, and then I drop the bombs. Depending on the map and the map layout, it is possible to distinguish between the bombing points with low health and the bombing points with the big health pool. When you get a map where there are only 3 bombing points, that means that you have to drop on them 4 of the 750-pound bombs, and so you begin with the wing-mounted ones. So that is practically tapping the spacebar 2 times, then moving on to the next one, opening the bomb bay, and then tapping the spacebar 4 times, and then you have still 4 750-pound bombs remaining. So that then leaves you to go into a head-on with every single enemy that you can come across. Obviously, if enemy is committing to the head-on, then you just try to roll out of it, give a quick burst with your 4 30mm, where you have 100 rounds for each cannon, which is not bad, and they hit like a truck. And obviously sometimes you also have the opportunity, depending on the map, to go for a quick bot bomber hunt. Now, strictly speaking, that is also the objective, and you know, it is just a safe civil line and RP income. Now, please hold back your dislikes and your rage comments. Let me talk you through, because there is actually method to the madness. By doing the bombing runs, you give your team a little bit of an advantage when it comes to the points, and you put a little bit of pressure on the enemy team, because then if it goes down to a who wins by points, you just gave your team an early lead. The second of all is, by rushing in and going head on, you provoke so many unexperienced jet players. A lot of the premium players in particular. I don't mean it in a bad way, but there are just the F-86, F-35s, and also MiG-17 AS players that just turn around and try to hunt you down. But you're just so fast at 1,000 to 1,100 kilometers per hour, and sometimes you can get those the jump on those players, like this F-86F, and you just catch them unaware. So again, if you do the initial bombing run, and go into head-on, you provoke those players. They turn around and try to hunt you. You can dodge those missiles to a certain degree, and so you actually make there better odds for your remaining fighters, because you still take away a big portion of the enemy fighters, and only one of them can actually get the kill, but they're wasting missiles, they're wasting just energy and time, and more importantly, they're wasting the position that they have. So by the time you are killed eventually, which is not a big deal to be honest, which is part of the battle technique, you just have shifted the advantage to your team if you do it right. Does that work every single battle? No. But has every tactic ever worked in every single battle? No. This is an idea that you have to practice, that you have to refine and just adapt to your playstyle, and your playstyle has to adapt to this technique likewise. And so this is just a different perspective that I want to give you. But look at this. 2 bombing points and 1 bombed, 2 planes shot down, battle time less than 5 minutes, 72,000 civilians and 16,000 RP. Again, if you calculate it up, that just adds up. And you know, I've looked at all the other premium jets which have been nerfed and power creeped and have fallen out of favor, you know, throughout the various different nations. This is the only steady thing that always remained like this, the Vautour 2A. So this is not the worst, but maybe, especially for not so experienced players, the best premium that you can get, especially if you try to get up the French line, that is, obviously. Now, there are a few downsides, obviously. This is a very repetitive playstyle. This might get outright boring. And also, it doesn't teach you anything about how to conserve your energy, how to fight with a jet fighter in general. And it just, as a first impressions in a jet fight, gives you an unfair impression, to be honest. So there are good things and bad things to say about this plane. I personally love to grind with this plane because it allows me to just relax and just to go for the steady civil line and RP gain. Look here, many players have turned around and eventually one of them gets the kill, but that cost them 3 air-to-air missiles and my team just has the advantage. And here you can see on this map that there are 4 bombing points. So that means I have to drop 7 bombs on the first one and then drop the 3 remaining one on the other one. Alternatively, you also then can choose some ground targets for the 3 remaining 750-pound bombs. But anyway, just a few moments later, I go bot hunting, but I keep my eyes open and see an alternative arising, because there is a B-57 that kind of goes after our bot jets as well. And so yeah, that is the quick alternative where then I think to myself, hold on, I can actually get this guy. He's preoccupied, seeing the chance, because this might also become one of those space climbers. And I also see an enemy jet coming by. I evade him, and in fact I see that he wants to go after me, and that means he has to commit in hosing me down with those pesky 50 cals, but eventually he gets killed by a hunter, and that is just awesome. So I baited an enemy bomber, I also killed one myself, get some additional RP and civil lines with, strictly speaking, going for the objective. And there is one little last tip that I want to give you. If you want to spice it up, you can actually double your RP by surviving the initial run, going back to the airfield, and if the situations allows it, you can get a second bombing run, and because you land, which is additionally eased up because you have a brake parachute, which is awesome, you go for a second bombing run, but the act of landing and starting again kind of resets your modifiers, and that then allows you to effectively double your RP. And so that costs you more time, but it's a different playstyle. And also you can try to go for the Chauffeur air-to-air missiles where you can carry 4. Don't get me wrong, I don't recommend this plane for purchasing and saying this is the best plane in War Thunder, but it's just a different look at it, different tactical use. Now, some fighter elitists might go wild in the comment section, and I see your point why this is not the world's greatest playstyle. But if you forgot about your Vautour in the hangar, if you just want to go back and give it another try, just try this playstyle, rushing in, bombing, going into the head-ons, and just dying early on. Not deliberately, but really kind of going for those head-ons and also baiting the enemies. Just be ready to die and trade your life as dearly as possible. So this plane is definitely not overpowered. This plane is definitely not a match deciding factor every single game, but you can get so much more out of it. And to be honest, when I think about the German and the Italian G91 premium fighter, if I think about the F86, yeah, and you know, where you are so reliant on the matchmaker for a down tier, etc., this is just straightforward. Getting 10,000 RP or more per game in like 5 minutes, that's unbeatable. And with having said this, that's it for me today. So thanks for watching, thanks for listening. Please, let's have a little discussion in the comment section down below. Give this video a like if you like this video, and also subscribe if you want to see more. And as usual, we'll see each other on the waves, on the battlefields, and in the skies of War Thunder.